Welcome to Lincolnton, title town of Georgia. 14 state championships and unbeaten in 2024.
I'm certainly excited about it. Kids are excited about it. We've played well up to this point, but we have a lot of improving that we can continue to do.
Tonight, for the first time, the Red Devils host South Carolina powerhouse Silver Bluff with 5 state titles of its own.
It's Georgia football, so they take it very seriously. I know that community is going to support that team, so it'll be a loud, ruckus crowd. It's on TV, Game Night Live, so it's a great opportunity for high school kids to strap it on and go play 48 minutes of football.
2 traditional powers tangle on Game Night Live.
Welcome to Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, John Hart and Ashley Brown.
Black excellence.
They have been playing football on this piece of land since 1922, but never, not until tonight, has Lincoln County hosted the Silver Bluff Bulldogs out of Aiken County here at Buddy Bufford Field at Larry Campbell Stadium. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another week of Game Night Live. John Hart joined by Nathan Edwards, as always. Ashley Brown has the week off, and see, force of habit. Already. Nathan, if you like running the ball to traditional powerhouse programs, this is the game for you.
Yeah, we're expecting a really physical football game tonight. Both, like you said, both these teams love to run the football. Definitely getting ready for a good one, and Silver Bluff looking for their first win tonight.
And with that, we take you down to the field. It is time for the coin toss.
Number 14, Trevion Harris.
Come on in, guys. Y'all shaking hands. Introduce yourselves.
The captains for the Red Devils, Christian Craig, Christian Harris, and A.J. Deutschel.
Does anybody have any questions? Who's going to call my coin? You going to call it?
Yes, sir.
This is a commemorative coin for Dwight Eisenhower, 34th president. So his head's a head, and the Liberty Bell's a tail. Liberty Bell's a tail, and Eisenhower's a head.
Yes,
What do you call it?
Heads.
Heads? I'm going to let it hit the ground. Guys, what is it? It's a head. You want to choose in the second half?
Go first, second half.
Silver Bluff won the toss, they'll defer. You guys want the ball?
Yes, sir.
Which goal do y'all want to kick from the scoreboard? Turn your back to the scoreboard. You guys are facing them. You guys are here. There you go. All right, Lincoln County is going to get it on this end to start.
Silver Bluff won the
Okay,
toss.
guys, let's have a good night. Here we go.
Second half, the Red Devils want the ball.
All right, we got our keys to the game. For Silver Bluff, they need to get some clean football, limit turnovers and penalties to have a chance to win. They're a little bit of an underdog in this game. Definitely need to establish the run and control the clock. On Lincoln County's side, pack the line of scrimmage, make Silver Bluff throw the football, and they need to come out fast. When you're a favorite in a game, you do not want to let a team hang around and give them belief.
And you heard it here first. Silver Bluff won the toss and elected to defer. And here come the 10th ranked and undefeated Red Devils. And the Silver Bluff Bulldogs. The Devils on offense first, kickoff next on Game Night Live. Well, we're back into summer. It feels like a late August night as opposed to a late September night here in Lincolnton, but we are ready for kickoff between the 4-0 Lincoln County Red Devils and the 0-4 Silver Bluff Bulldogs. But Nathan, when we look at this Silver Bluff team, this is not a normal 0-4. They have played a ridiculous non-region schedule, including 3 top 10 teams, including number 1 Hampton County, the only unranked team, Quad A South Aiken. We saw what they can do last week here on Game Night Live when they beat Barnwell. So this is a Silver Bluff team to be reckoned with, and we're underway. And on the opening kickoff, it is Jonathan Norman. And the Red Devils will have the ball at the 31-yard line. Lincoln County coached by Lee Homskus in his 20th season overall, 140-79 overall, 36-17 in his 5th season here at Lincoln County. Led him to the 2022 Region Championship, was the head coach at Vidalia for 13 years before that, 07-19. Led the Vidalia team to 2 region championships, but he is no stranger to Lincoln County, an assistant on the 05-06 champs. He's a West Side grad, but his mom was the homecoming queen here. His grandma lived here. He spent all his summers here and said he used to go to all the Lincoln County games here. In fact, Larry Campbell, the Lincoln County head coach for whom this stadium is named, was his Little League coach. And he's in charge of the Red Devils now, and on first down, a big gain and a first down for Norman.
So it sounds like to me you're saying dream job.
It was his dream job. And Norman, who has rushed for 302 yards coming into this game with 6 touchdowns, he averages 10 yards per carry, picks up 11 on his first carry here tonight, and a first down for the Devils at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, John, we'll see if Silver Bluff can hold up against the run tonight. Definitely.
And this is Kelby Glaze, and again, straight ahead, another big gainer. This is a Lincoln County team. Sorry, Nathan, I'll come back to you in just a second. But this is a Lincoln County team that is going to run the ball and run the ball. Like we said, run the ball some more. They average 84% of their plays are runs, only 16 passing.
Yeah, and Silver Bluff is definitely a young football team. They're replacing a lot on the defensive lines and linebacker position. They had the Jaden Fuller and Jaden Eason, who both were standouts last year and both played in Border Bowl last year. So definitely are trying to kind of grow up at those positions.
2nd and 2 from midfield. And the starting quarterback, Makai Wade. And he'll take it himself into Silver Bluff territory and down at the 44-yard line. Move the chains for the Red Devils once again. So Wade getting the start at quarterback tonight, 9 of 14 for 168 yards. He's thrown for 3 touchdowns already this year, but again, more known for his legs. And a pickup of 6 on first down. Or I should say second down.
Should be a first. I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think they changed the marker.
Yeah, they didn't. In any respect, this is Christian Elam, our first time calling his name tonight, averaging 9.8 a carry, and he will get much more than that on first down. And the Red Devils living up to their billing here, down to the 29-yard line. And another first down for Lincoln County. Impressive opening drive, Nathan, for the Red Devils.
Yes, well, we talked about one of the keys to the game is jumping on them early. It's been very easy so far, right down the field.
A Hawk Law Group first down. This one swings out on the near side. C.J. Crite, the superstar of this Lincoln County offense. And Crite will take it just outside the 10-yard line into the end motion red zone. Crite has already committed to play Division I football at Cincinnati, and you can see why. Another first down for the Red Devils. It's going to be first and goal.
Yeah, not much he can't do on a football field, John. He is all over the field.
Good news, it's first and goal. Bad news is it's first and goal from as far as you can be first and goal from, which is the 10-yard line. But it hasn't been a problem for the Red Devils. And this is Glaze. In for 6, touchdown, Lincoln County. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year from 10 yards out, and just like that, Lincoln County strikes first. Well, that didn't take long.
No, that looked pretty easy. They're carving them up in 10-yard chunks.
And the extra point is up. The extra point is good. And 9:34 to play in the first. Lincoln County 7. Silver Bluff with the ball next. 7-0 Lincoln County in the blink of an eye. Just raced down the field, Nathan.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly went down the field, looked like with ease there. So now we need to see what the Silver Bluff team's going to do. When you're 0-4, they have been playing a lot better football. The last 2 games, they've only lost each of them by a touchdown. So let's see if they can put up a fight and bounce back here.
And Fortson Partridge, who knocked through the extra point just before the break. With the kickoff and on the return, it is Devontae Parker for Silver Bluff, and a nice return across the 30. And the Bulldogs will set up at the 31-yard line, and that is where we bring in the third member of our broadcast crew, Kira Goldstein.
Guys, when we talked to head coach Matt Hayes this year, this is his first year as the head coach of Silver Bluff, he talked about Lincoln County and what he'd heard of Lincoln County. He grew up hearing all about it, but he's never been here himself. He talked to his offensive coordinator, Jordan Clark, who grew up in Georgia, and told him all about it. There's so much history here in Lincolnton. This is a program that is definitely worth talking about, and he said that he's very excited to come here and experience it himself and get a chance for his team to play against Lincoln County.
Kira, thanks. Yeah, and in talking to Matt yesterday, he said that they actually had to call Coach Hopskis earlier in the week to find out if the stadium was at the school or somewhere else. Turns out it is not at the current site of the high school. It is here at the old high school and has been since 1922. Short gain on first down for the Silver Bluff Bulldogs. I'll give them 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6. Silver Bluff coached by, as Kira mentioned, Matt Hayes, who is in his first season. He was a member of the 2000 state championship Bulldog team, and then a year later after graduating, joined Al Lowndes' staff as an assistant coach. Got his coaching career started here on 2nd down, swinging it out to Cameron Frazier, the transfer from Aiken High School. And he'll move the chains, 1st down, and here come the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of respect to their receivers on the outside, and just went about 5 yards, showed his numbers to the quarterback, easy completion, moved the chains.
So 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. This is a Silver Bluff offense that has struggled, and again, they played a really tough non-region schedule, but has struggled so far this year, averages 13 points a game.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Trouble on the snap. And the Bulldogs will do well just to get back on it, and they do. So Jameet Williams got back on it for Silver Bluff, but it's going to be a huge loss for the Bulldogs and a massive break for the Red Devils. All the way back to the 25-yard line.
That was an aggressive play to just scoop it there and not fall on it as well.
We're going to do some math here. 2nd down, and I'm going to estimate 22 yards, give or take. Now they're going to say 26. I was close. It's a long way to go for the Bulldogs, and they're not going to get it on this. C.J. Kreit, and we're going to say that name a lot tonight. He already had the big play on offense. He's also got 42 tackles. You heard that correctly. Leading tackler on the team, 42. That means he is averaging, if you do your math at home, 10 tackles a game. And give him 1 tonight so far.
Yeah, he's such a great athlete, so they get him on offense a lot. But he's really a star at that linebacker position.
Third and, well, darn near need to get to Greenwood County for a 1st down, and that's not going to happen. First man missed, but Jeremiah Johnson, the junior defensive lineman, was in there for the stop. Check that. It was Charles Jean Charles, and also a defensive lineman and a junior, in there for the stop for the Red Devils, and they'll force a punt. And as impressive as the Red Devils were on offense to start this game, an equally impressive defensive stand.
Yeah, you just can't make those mistakes. The snap over the head, they were moving the ball well and kind of shot themselves in the foot there with that bad snap.
Going to be great field position no matter what well, I'd say no matter what happens, but unless he fumbles it. But Mackay Wade will take it at the 40-yard line up to the 41, and that is where Lincoln County will take over. Well, we have talked about the tradition between these two teams, and you can't talk about Lincoln County and Silver Bluff without talking about Larry Campbell and Al Lown. These two coaches, just legends in our area. Coach Campbell, the winningest coach in Georgia history, 477 wins, just 85 losses in 42 seasons before he retired in 2013. 33 region championships, 11 state championships. Those are just mind-boggling numbers. And of course, on the other side, you have Al Lown, 214 wins, 76 losses in 23 seasons before retiring in 2015. 12 region championships and 2 state championships. Both great friends of WJBF and have been great for us for Football Friday Night and Game Night Live over the years. And Red Devils on first down will pick up 4.
Yeah, John, we're not even talking about how difficult it is to win, but just to coach that many seasons.
Yeah. Now we saw Coach Campbell on the field before the game. Looks good. Making the rounds. Enjoying life. And it's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, me and John were talking earlier. You probably wouldn't mind if a coach in Marist went ahead and retired.
So there, Coach Campbell is still the all-time leading coach in wins in the state of Georgia. And what did we say? The coach there at Marist is 43 wins behind him. So yeah, I mean, retire whenever you feel like it. And this stadium, of course, named after the legendary Larry Campbell. 1st and 10, Red Devils now into Silver Bluff territory once again, a Hawk Law Group first down.
Yeah, Silver Bluff needs some kind of momentum-changing negative play here.
Well, it wasn't negative, but a nice stop indeed. That is Jonathan Norman. There is always a Norman here at Lincoln County. In fact, driving in from Augusta today, if you saw the signs on the side of the road, they have an election here coming up in November. And there's a Walker Norman running for chairman of the commission. Lots of signs on the way in. So Norman, a prominent family here in Lincoln, and has been for many, many years. 2nd and 6. Speaking of the Devil, Kelby Glaze inside the 15-yard line into the in-motion red zone. Go the Red Devils.
Yeah, definitely with a little misdirection play there. Off tackle to the right, had a huge hole. Was trying to kind of high step it over that last tackle, but got drugged down on the 15.
Glaze had the touchdown on the opening drive. Huge gain here, and it's 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And it's Glaze. Picks his way through. And again, Kelby Glaze. Touchdown, Lincoln County.
Yeah, way too easy again, John. Just kind of running, nothing fancy, and just a few little misdirection plays. And just nobody home on that right side.
This one from 14 yards out. His 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And now Fortson Partridge, who is 17 of 18 on points after this season. And off the top of the old gymnasium, makes it 14-0 Lincoln County. Let's go back down to Kira Goldstein.
Guys, when we talk about CJ Crite on this team, I talked to head coach Lee Homskis. He said he's such a gentle giant, but he's also one of the captains on this team. They have 3 captains. He said that CJ Crite has been the biggest leader who's stepped up since Samaj graduated last year. He called CJ Crite the Hercules of the team, guys.
Hercules.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't say enough good things about CJ Crite. We have had him on Football Friday Night Plays of the Week more times than I think I can count. And again, already committed to play Division I football at Cincinnati. 14-0, not the start that Silver Bluff wanted, says Captain Obvious. Partridge kicks it off, and that one will go into the end zone for a touchback. Working on some sort of a pun for Partridge in the second half, but I haven't really perfected it just yet. Well, yeah, Kira says Partridge in a pear tree, but I don't know how to work that into a football broadcast. But we'll see. Yeah. It gives you all a reason to stay tuned for the second half.
It's never too early for holiday songs for John. He
No,
loves the holidays.
Absolutely. November 1st, the tree goes up. So now we'll see if Silver Bluff can get anything going on offense. It has been just not the start that Matt Hayes wanted, clearly.
Yeah, they definitely need a drive here where they can at least get some first downs, keep their defense off the field for a little bit.
From the 20 to the air. And it's a good gain on first down for Silver Bluff. I think that was Cameron Frazier on the receiving end, the transfer from Aiken.
Yes.
We have 2 transfers from Aiken on this team who have made an immediate impact. Talking to Matt Hayes, he talked about how this team is very young. They are really, really banged up. They have at least 5 starters that are not playing tonight. Oh, boy. Deja vu all over again for the Bulldogs.
Oh!
Oh, goodness. Helmet comes off, flags fly in.
Hope he's all right. That was
we just hope that young man is okay. Jameet Williams trying to make something out of nothing. Yeah, you see, okay, good. Williams is up, walking off under his own power. That's good. All right. Now we sort out the flag situation.
Part of the foul, into the run, really.
Yeah, you see the replay there. That was scary. Not only did he get his head kind of turned and helmet ripped off, like he got hit in the head after the helmet came off too.
So obviously the penalty is going to be against Lincoln County. And they'll spot the ball at the 32-yard line.
And there's maybe some discussion as whether this penalty should be from the end of the run or should it be from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's definitely a pretty deep conversation going on. The 2 officials to the left of your screen. And it seems like they've got everything worked out.
Be a first down either way.
Yep.
And that's not, I don't think that's the way they want it necessarily, to have that shot on their quarterback, but huge first down there after a bad snap.
Well, sometimes you need you don't want it to happen like that, but sometimes you need a break. We'll see if Silver Bluff can capitalize on it. New quarterback in is Jordan Williams, and the left-hander fires.
It's another high snap
Incomplete.
there, but much taller quarterback in now.
So with Jameet Williams on the sideline, Jordan Williams takes over. And we're looking on the sideline. Jameet Williams being tended to by the training staff to make sure he's okay.
I hope he's all right, because he's also the free safety on defense.
And that's the point I was making just before that play, is Aiden Coates with room up to midfield. The first big play of the night for the Bulldogs. But that was the point I was making, is Matt Hayes told me yesterday how banged up this team is. They're already young. They're already inexperienced. This offensive line, there is only one player on this offensive line with any varsity experience, and that is Garris Chambers, the senior lineman. And so they're kind of learning as they go, and they can't afford any other injuries. A lot of guys playing both ways for the Bulldogs, but big first down here. They spotted him just short of the 50 at the 49. Coates again. This time stopped at the line, dragged back, and guess who? C.J. Crichton.
Yep, and whenever John says, guess who, you just put another tally mark because we know just racking up the tackles for Mr. Crichton.
Second and 10 from the 49-yard line as we tick down toward 3 minutes in this opening quarter. Williams under pressure, throwing long, has him. Oh, what a play to break it up. I think that was Glaze. Nope, that was not Glaze. That was Walker Thornton.
Yeah, Walker Thornton with a great play there.
Apologies to Walker, couldn't see the number from here, but what a play, because if he doesn't make that play, oh, that could have been 6.
Just enough reach there to get his hand on that ball.
Instead, it is 3rd and 10 from the 49. Back in at quarterback, it's Jameet Williams, and again being chased down, and this time the sack will go to Christian Harris. Ball came loose, but Silver Bluff was able to get back on it. Harris, 3 sacks coming into tonight, make it 4 on the season, and it'll be a huge loss for Silver Bluff, going to be 4th and at least 20, and another kicking situation for the Bulldogs.
Jameet Williams is going to need an ice bath already after the first quarter.
He has been running for his life all night long. Now he'll kick it away. Fair catch called for, and it will roll to the 27 or 28-yard line. And the Red Devils will start from there. Well, I don't think you could ask for more if you're Lee Homskus and the Red Devils to start this game. Hey fans, did you know working at McDonald's can help you pay for your college? That's right. Through their Archways to Opportunity program, you can get funds for college and even earn a free degree through some universities. You can learn more at archwaystoopportunity.com. Again, that is archwaystoopportunity.com. Or you can just walk into your local restaurant and fill out an application. The Red Devils already up 14-0 and looking for more. Under 2 minutes to play. And a big gain on first down again. Nathan, they're just, we know the top 2 backs are averaging 10 yards a carry. They're biting it off in big chunks every time.
Yeah, they're just dominating the line of scrimmage on offense and defense right now.
And again, it goes back to what Matt Hayes told us yesterday. So much youth, such a lack of depth on the line. And he said, look, nobody's going to feel sorry for Silver Bluff for having injuries and youth, but it's certainly showing up here in the first quarter. Yeah. 2nd and 4.
This is a Lincoln County team that doesn't have a lot of seniors on it either.
Yeah.
I mean, only 5.
And that was the thing, looking at the Lincoln County roster today, I kept circling freshmen that have made contributions this year, which is great if you're Lee Homskus because the future is very bright here. And the present ain't so bad either, 14-0 with 66 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Coach Homskus was raving about his junior, sophomore, and freshman classes that they're going to be good for a while.
And a fresh set of downs for the Red Devils at the 42-yard line. Clock starts. Norman in motion. And the carry is up to the 44-yard line. But everything is positive yardage for Lincoln County.
Yeah, they haven't been able to make one stop in the backfield. Lincoln County is playing penalty-free football on offense. They're not getting behind the chains at all. If they're getting chunks of yardage in 5 to 10 every time, Silver Bluff's hard to slow this down.
averaging 237 yards rushing per game and 37 points. They're going to be almost halfway to that here in the first quarter. And that one outsails everybody. And that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 1. Wait, hang on. We have a flag. Hold everything. Quarter's over. We'll hang out here and just see what the officials decide. Oh, well, looks like they're going to talk about it. So we'll let them discuss it, and we'll come back with the second quarter. After one, 14-0, Lincoln County. So when we left you, the officials were discussing the flag. Turns out it was an offsetting personal foul, so Lincoln County. Third down from the 44-yard line, and it's going to be first down from the 45 of Silver Bluff.
Yeah, great scramble there on third down by Wade. It gives us a chance to go ahead and get our QBs by the quarter from the first quarter. Wade was 1 of 1 in that first quarter for 19 yards passing. And then for Silver Bluff, Jameet Williams was definitely kind of running around with a lot of snaps over his head, but he was 2 of 2 for 15 yards in that quarter.
Red Devils into Silver Bluff territory once again. It's Norman in motion, but the carry goes to Glaze, and again Glaze be dragged down at the 40 or 37-yard line, and that's going to be a horse collar on top of that.
Yeah, pretty obvious call there.
Hey, you got to go out for one. It's a personal foul, horse collar on the defense.
And so we're situated on the visitor side here at Larry Campbell Stadium, so the officials obviously talk to the home side, so you'll be seeing a lot of the back of them. But you get the gist, and that'll move the ball all the way down to the 21-yard line of Silver Bluff. They've gone to Glaze twice. He's down here close.
He's looked great tonight. He's just got a burst when he gets in the open field.
And this is Christian Elam, who has a rushing touchdown to his credit this year, and he'll pick up, let's see where they spot it. Yeah, give him 7. And again, this is a Red Devil team as a team that averages 8 yards a carry. And a pickup of 7+ on first down.
They've already ran the ball for 152 yards tonight.
Wow. And inside the end motion red zone at the 14-yard line. Look at Cried at the bottom of your screen. Instead, they're going to give it to Wade. And Wade, the quarterback, with the quarterback sneak out to the left. And the Red Devils on the board once again, 20-0. Wow, what a performance.
You can't ask for anything more than 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns.
Efficient. And here's Fortson Partridge. And Partridge now 3 for 3 on PATs. And it's 21-0. Still 10:31 to go in quarter number 2. All Lincoln County all the time so far here on week 6 of Game Night Live. 2 scores for Kelby Glaze and 1 for Wade. And we'll see if Silver Bluff can get anything going on offense here. And they're going to have to start from deep in their own territory, way back at the 16-yard line. Down to Kira on the sidelines.
Guys, we have seen such a strong offensive front out here. And when I talked to Coach Homskis about his offense, he said that they're playing with unity. And I asked him how he fostered that unity. He said, well, we had 2 padded camps in the summer where we had the guys sleep here. They would do 7-on-7 at night, then they would sleep in the gym. Then they would wake up and go do community service. They would go and they would cut people's grass. They'd help people move furniture, anything that they could do to better the community. And then they would come back and they would do a camp in the morning as well. They did this twice. Coach Homskis said that it was so great for his team to bond like this. It created some real team leadership. Some guys really stepped up, and that he's seeing the benefits of all of that work that they put in the offseason in the summer now out here on the field. And I think that's what's contributing to those 3 early touchdowns.
Yeah, Kira, great point. I love that story, and you can see the results of it on the field right now.
Well, absolutely. And all that when it's like 90-something degrees outside.
It wasn't too much less than that, and Kira tells us in our ears that the coaches, it wasn't just the players, the coaches were out there too, and that builds a lot of camaraderie as well. Short gain on first down, call it 2nd and 7.
I know all the people in this community appreciated all that, for sure.
You know what, though? I did some rudimentary math. Lincoln County has won 14 state championships in its existence. There are 1,400 people who live in Lincolnton, so that's pretty easy math. That's 1 title for every 100 people who live in Lincolnton. That's pretty. Per capita, I would put that up against any other little town in America.
Yeah, I mean, sounds more like title town to me.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the other one.
I'll let you take that up with the Green Bay faithful.
No, I was referring to Valdosta down there.
Well,
as well.
yeah, that's true too. There are a lot of places that call themselves Title Town. 3rd and 6 from the 22. And if you're Lincoln County here, you can kind of pin your ears back. And I think, well, we'll see if they were drawn off, or if Silver Bluff was.
Offense.
I think it's going to
Down
be on
remains
the
3rd.
Bulldogs. And it is. Back up the Bulldogs. So 3rd and 7, or 3rd and 6 goes to 3rd and 11.
Just looking for one person on that Silver Bluff team to make a play, some kind of spark. There's still plenty of time in this football game.
Oh, yeah, a lot of football left. So we'll see if it happens here. Oh, my goodness. Williams in trouble, and down he goes. And there were a lot of people in there, but I believe it was Jeremiah Wynn, a freshman, by the way, who got in there. 3 tackles for loss already this season. Give him a sack here. And they are familiar with wins here at Lincoln County, both WINS and WYNN. There's always a win, much like a Norman here at Lincoln County. And Jeremiah gets the sack here. And hold on to your hats here if you're Silver Bluff. Punting from your own end zone. Lincoln County is going to have great field position. Good bounce for the Bulldogs. But again, Red Devil football at the 39-yard line with 7:50 left to play in this opening half.
Yep, and our good friends at Georgia Army National Guard offers you so much more than what you think. Get a degree with money for school, learn job skills that translate to the civilian world, make bonds that last a lifetime, and earn pride for life. When you become a Guard soldier, your family will thank you, your country will thank you, and your future will owe you.
And we have a timeout called by Matt Hayes and Silver Bluff. And if you look at him in the huddle there in the bottom right corner of your screen, I think he's just trying to regroup this team and get them back. This has been a rough start for them, and just trying to get this team back on the same page and realize, like you said, Nathan, it's 21-0. There's a lot of football left.
Yeah, they're a little shocked by this. They've been playing, what we talked about, that tough schedule, but they've been playing better week to week. And now to come in and kind of be down 21-0 so quickly and not being able to do anything to slow down this Lincoln County offense, I mean, we're looking at total yards right now, John, 184 to 5.
Wow.
Some of that is team lost yardage on those snaps over the head, but that's still a huge discrepancy.
Well, while we have a second, let's take a listen in to see what's coming up on next week's edition of Jenny.
I'm Jenny Montgomery. Join me next time for a celebration of the Augusta players as the area's longest-serving arts organization gets ready to open its 80th season. Details about the epic opener, Jesus Christ Superstar, Tuesday at 12:30 on Jenny.
That is this Tuesday and every Tuesday at 12:30 here on, or over on WJBF News Channel 6 if you're watching now. Here on WJBF News Channel 6 if you're watching on Sunday. And now Lincoln County will call timeout. There is a Silver Bluff player down.
It was offsides. Came across and made contact with the center.
Oh, I see. Okay. Good call, Nathan. Ooh.
I feel almost like Silver Bluff needs a turnover here.
They need something. It is 1st and 5 for the Red Devils. Wade throws complete. There's Glaze again. Already in for 2, and now he's inside the 10-yard line. It will be 1st and goal, Red Devils. Wow.
Yeah, Lincoln County, I think, is feeling they can put them away here in the first half. Great play call there.
1st and goal at the Silver Bluff 9-yard line. And what a first half for Kelby Glaze. Mackay Wade under center. This is Norman pushing ahead, and Norman in for 6. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And it is 27-0 Lincoln County.
They've got so many dynamic ball carriers. They can just keep changing them out. Really good looking Lincoln County offense.
That drive took a grand total of 38 seconds off the clock. And Partridge with a PAT. And it's 28-0.
You didn't even have to wait till the second half for it. He gave it to you in the first half.
We do what we can. Hey, folks, still time to vote for the Football Friday Night Player of the Week. The poll is live right now at WJBF.com. Go there to check out the nominees from last week's game. Javon Edwards, who was here on Game Night Live, is among the nominees, of course. And the poll will remain live until Football Friday Night begins at 11:35, and then we will announce the winner at the end of the show. Football Friday Night coming your way tonight, 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6 with Gianna Cephalou and Graham Lee and Mike O'Neill. We have a lot of games tonight. I think we are aiming for 21 games this evening.
Yeah, a lot of good games. We're really starting to get into the heat of the region schedules and a lot of big games that are going to determine who at the end of the year goes to the playoffs and who stays home.
One game we're keeping a close eye on this side of the Savannah River is that Aquinas-West Side matchup. And you and I had differing picks on that one last night. For those of you who don't know, Nathan and I filled in for AB on his radio show last night. You liked Aquinas? I took West Side.
I did. That West Side team's been very impressive, but I think we haven't seen Aquinas' best football yet this year, and I had a feeling we might see it tonight.
So we shall find out on Football Friday Night, but still plenty of work to do here. Lincoln County up 28-0. And we have seen some impressive running by Kelby Glaze and Jonathan Norman, but the best to ever do it here at Lincoln County, how about Garrison Hurst? Played here at Lincoln County and then, of course, went on to the University of Georgia where he was 1992 first-team All-American, won the Doak Walker Award, and finished 3rd in the Heisman race that year before being picked in the '93 draft. Played 12 seasons in the NFL, and with the 2001 comeback player of the year, boy, and just things keep going from bad to worse for Silver Bluff. Jameet Williams going backwards. But back to Garrison Hurst for a second. He, if you don't remember, tore up his knee in a playoff game against the Atlanta Falcons in 1998, the 98 season into 99. That was the year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. And a lot of people thought he wouldn't play again, but not only did he come back and play, he was the comeback player of the year in 2001 and is now on the ballot for the 2025 College Football Hall of Fame.
He's got a pretty strong argument that he could have won the Heisman that year as well.
I totally agree. So on second and a bunch. Oh. Well, Nathan, I'll let you do the honors this time. Guess who?
Mr. Craig.
C.J. Crite, who is having his way on defense tonight. And it'll be 3rd and 14 for the Bluff.
Yeah, Silver Bluff down to 1 total yard now in this football game.
Wow. That is a testament to this Lincoln County defense. Oh, that was almost picked off. Norman was right in the place to be, but thrown just a little bit wide. I tell you what, you look at this Lincoln County team right now, they're ranked number 10 in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll. Hard to imagine there being 9 teams better than this.
Yeah, I don't see it either, John. I mean, you're looking at the schedule coming up. I mean, I don't want to rule this contest out, but they're definitely well on their way to winning. And this one tonight, and schedule really sets up well until they get to that last game of the year against that Greene County team that's also ranked in the top 10 in the state.
Good punt, but flagged down. Good bounce for Silver Bluff. Up to near midfield. Going to be good position for Lincoln County either way, but we'll catch the call.
A legal formation.
This is homecoming night here at Lincoln County, as the penalty will go against Silver Bluff.
Yeah, if you look at the home stands, there's not an empty seat anywhere over there, John. It is packed tonight.
Yeah, and you can see that at the top of your screen. And that's pretty much true to form for Buddy Bufford Field. This town loves its Red Devils, always has, and it's always been sort of the joke that, you can't do anything in this town after 5 o'clock on a Friday night if the Red Devils are home, because everybody's at the game.
And they ended up adding those 5 yards onto the end of the kick, so they will start on the Silver Bluff 45.
So once again, Lincoln County will start in Silver Bluff territory. 1st and 10 from the 45. Wade. And he'll be close to a first down. Up to the, let's call it the 36-yard line. We're going to give him 9.
The thing that stands out all night to me, John, is when they get to the outside, it's just the speed difference from Lincoln County as they're getting to the edge.
And one thing that was a strength of this very young Silver Bluff team coming into the season was their perimeter speed. But so far, Lincoln County is, let's be honest, call a spade, Lincoln County is winning the battle at all levels right now. 2nd and 1. Wade wanted to throw, now he will, and he was looking for Norman, and it's batted down and incomplete. Well, that's about the first thing that hasn't gone right for Lincoln County tonight.
Yeah, and he almost pulled in a miraculous one-handed catch there.
This would have been an Odell Beckham type reception if he could pulled it in. Wow. And we talk about players playing both ways. That's Jameet Williams, the Silver Bluff quarterback that was back there to defend and did a nice job.
Yeah, I know they have gloves nowadays, but I think they have so much fun practicing catches like that they've become routine.
They get used to it. 3rd and 1 from the 36. And they'll push ahead and on the first down. Wade with the keeper. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, Nathan. We have the Game Night Live trivia question coming up in the third quarter. AB is not here, so it's up to you tonight.
As long as you don't ask me how many Normans have played for Lincoln County, then I might have a chance.
What if I gave you an over-under? It's not the question, but if I gave you an over-under.
Ooh.
I'd say the over-under is 10.
I'm going over.
Really nice play on the Silver Bluff defense. And that was Kadeen Williams, a junior defensive end, into the backfield and making some. That's the first time we've seen Silver Bluff get into the Lincoln County backfield tonight. But no, the category for tonight's trivia question is U.S. presidents.
Whew. Whew.
U.S. presidents.
Yeah, if you're going to ask about Normans, I'm going to phone a friend, Coach Campbell, see if he remembers how many he had.
Lincoln County going deep.
Mr. Crite.
And it is complete, and it is Crite doing a little bit of everything for Lincoln County tonight. To the 5 go the Red Devils and into the end motion red zone. 1st and goal. Impressive throw. An impressive catch. And again, the Red Devils knocking on the door, already up 28-0 as we tick down to 3 minutes to play in this first half. Goodness gracious. 1st and goal. And the give is to Glaze. And this time he will be pushed back. They were looking for it that time. They'll give him forward progress to the 4. Clock continues to run.
And Clay's looking for his 3rd touchdown.
And a reminder, we will have our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game at the end of this game. And through the first almost 2 quarters, you'd have to say that Kelby Glaze is making his case for the offensive player of the game.
The way he burst to the outside, I want to change it from Glaze to Blaze.
Ah, very well done. Wade under center. And it's Glaze. And he's in. 3rd touchdown of the night for Kelby Glaze. And with 2:02 left to play in the first half, it is 34-0.
John, we've done a lot of Game Night Live games, and I don't remember one where a team's dominated a half like this.
This is 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge with a PAT. Do we like that one? All right, all right. Fortson Partridge makes it 35-0 with 2:02 left to play in the first half. Don't forget, stay tuned for the halftime show. Speaking of Kara Goldstein, she'll have the Kimberly Clark halftime show. We'll hear from our hometown sponsors. It is homecoming here, so we'll take a look at the homecoming court, hear from the Lincoln County Band, and look at some other scores from, we mentioned that West Side Aquinas game, one of the big games around the area. Already had a big one last night. Blackville Hilda ranked number 4 in South Carolina, and Denmark Olar stayed with them last night.
Yep, absolutely.
A big rivalry game on a Thursday night.
A lot of local teams on the road tonight. North Augusta on the road, Lakeside on the road, Greenbrier with a big game tonight against Brunswick.
Yeah, Lakeside trying to go 5-0 for the first time in school history down at Glen Academy, and Westside trying to go 4-0, taking on Aquinas. And with 2:02 to play in the first half, Silver Bluff will try to get something going here.
Flag.
There is a flag, yep, down at the 32-yard line.
2 of them now. And a pretty clean game as far as penalties go. Only real big penalty was the face mask.
Now you've done it.
Way.
You never say it's been a clean game. You know
right?
this.
I like my chances. I think it's going to stay a clean game.
The block below the waist on the receiving team.
Wow, that's not something you see every day either.
No.
A block below the waist on a touchback.
But you know, when it rains, it pours. So it'll end all be all of that will be Silver Bluff starting again deep in its own territory from the nose of the football at the 15-yard line. And now the officials step in again.
I think that should have been half the distance from the touchback, not from the spot of the foul, because if that were the case, you could have cut the guy low at the 40 and gotten better field position.
Yeah, good point. And the officials will correct that. So from the 10 come the Bulldogs. Just trying to do anything on offense. And not much on first down. Ooh, flags down. Couldn't see who the ball carrier was, but he went hard into that concrete wall on the far side. And 2 flags are in.
Yeah, those entire home stands over there are concrete.
After the play, a personal foul, 35 on the defense.
I'll take the blame on that one.
You said it's been a clean game. Since you said that, we've had 3 stoppages. Well, Silver Bluff needed that. Really needs anything.
Yeah.
And that'll move the ball all the way out to the 23-yard line. As we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And a nice tough run here. That's Coates. It's not been a great first half, obviously, for Silver Bluff, but Coates has had some bursts.
Yeah, he's got good vision. Once he kind of breaks it into the secondary, he really sees that cutback lane.
If you're just joining us, 3 Kelby Glaze touchdowns, the story of the night for Lincoln County so far. And the Red Devils in complete control, 35-0. It's Coates, and he'll dive ahead to the 30. Gonna bring up third and about 3 as we get close to a minute to play in this first half. Dawkins on the stop for Lincoln County. And you get the sense here that Silver Bluff is just trying to get back to the locker room and regroup a little bit.
Yeah, he'd love a first down here, but I think he'd love the clock to go straight to 0. Got they are changing quarterbacks out a little bit.
And Matt Hayes is going to call a timeout here with 34 seconds left to play. Gives us a chance to remind you to tune into Local Living. Local Living every Saturday at 9:30 in the morning. What better way to kick off your college football Saturday than checking out what Ana Cristina is doing in the CSRA, from new businesses, the best eats, thing to do, and people to know. Local Living, always packed with fun and entertainment. Saturdays at 9:30 on WJBF News Channel 6. Nathan Edwards flips over from College Game Day for Local Living at 9:30, then back to College Game Day from 10 to noon.
Absolutely. I have to flip back and forth. I don't have the setup you have, unfortunately.
No, well, you know, not everybody has the 3 TV setup. What are you going to do?
I got to get me some more TVs.
I see so I put Local Living on the main TV from 9:30 to 10, then flip back, put Game Day on the main TV at 10.
Gonna have to take the TV up here in the booth with me home so I get an extra TV.
From the truck, our director, Josh Record, tells us it's an amazing show. And he would know because he's the director of that show.
It is a great show.
It is a fantastic show. 33 seconds left to go here. And that should be, if I had to estimate, the final snap of the first half.
Yep, play clock, yeah.
And Silver Bluff, as if things weren't going badly enough, has a man coming off hobbling. And that is Garris Chambers, and that is a big deal because, as we mentioned earlier, he is the only player on this Silver Bluff team, the only offensive lineman, I should say, on this Silver Bluff team that has any varsity experience. And he is now laying on the sideline and being attended to by his coaching staff. So that would be, look, they're already down 35-0. That would be a huge loss for Silver Bluff in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a tall task to come back in this football game, but you don't want to lose him for the rest of the games on your schedule or for next week.
And that forces a timeout. Well, we told you earlier that this team, they've been playing football on this spot since 1922. We don't have a picture of the 1922 team. We do have a picture of the 1923 team that we can show you. There they are. Look at that bunch. Their Lincoln County football tradition started on October 12th of that year when they beat McCormick 52-6. Later that year, the beginning of the 378 war when they faced Washington Wilkes for the first time. And when those guys played on this field, as Silver Bluff punts it away to end this first half, when they played, this field was not in its current configuration. If you look at how we see the football field here, moving left to right, it actually was perpendicular, like a cross, and then they moved it and made it left to right as it is now. Anyway, that's the 1922 edition. The 2024 edition's doing just fine as well. Lincoln County is going to take a 35-0 lead into the half. The Kimberly Clark halftime show with Kira Goldstein is coming your way next. But first, we'll take it down to the sidelines with Kira.
Coach, going into the half, 35-0. That might be one of the biggest leads we've seen on Game Night Live. How pleased are you with your offense?
Well, we're certainly excited about where we are. We've got them a little outmanned. They're young, and things have gone our way early, but we're happy to be where we are, and I'm hoping we're going to have a running clock in the second half.
Glaze has 3 touchdowns on the night. What's really working for your run game?
I don't think we've had anything that didn't work so far. We've made a few botches where we didn't block who we were supposed to. We got to get that fixed, but so far so good tonight.
How do you keep this momentum up in the second half?
It'll be tough. We're going to have to go in there and talk about 0-0. We just need to come out and execute. But we're going to play a lot of young kids in the second half, and hopefully they'll do well.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it. Guys, we'll send it back up to you.
All right, Kira, thanks. Coach Homskus, thanks. And look, Coach Homskus is a coach. He's not going to give too much away, but he's got to be very thrilled with the way his Red Devils played here in the first half. Really quick before we go to break, Garris Chambers, the lineman for Silver Bluff, is being helped off by his teammates as he goes to the locker room, so that is not good news for Silver Bluff. Great news for Red Devils, 35-0. We're at halftime, the Kimberly Clark halftime show with Kira Goldstein after this.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is our halftime show, and I'm here with my friend Victoria Anderson from McDonald's. Victoria, why don't you tell us a little bit about your role at McDonald's?
So right now, I'm currently serving as a supervisor over 22 stores. So I go to all 22 stores and train all the GMs, some of the crew people, some of the crew trainers, area management. So I do it all right now.
I know you get to see some high school kids in the stores that you go to. What are some opportunities that high school kids have at McDonald's?
So some of the opportunities that high school students have, they don't know how to request off. They know they want to come to football Friday night. Every Friday or Thursday, I want to go to the game, so why don't you request off? So it's just about to request off, but we do have some great high school students that work for us.
When we talk about some of the giving back that McDonald's does, right? It's like coming out and doing these community things and doing things like sponsoring our Game Night Live. What is that like to be able to give back to the community in the way that McDonald's does?
It feels great to actually be able to work with some of the students that we actually give back. So the store that I'm currently working in is Washington Wilkes right now. So I have a football player that actually worked for me there. And every Friday we feed them. All 75 players, we actually feed them for free every Friday. So I just really enjoy talking with them and joking with them about football and be able to connect with them on their level. So I just love it.
That's so incredible what McDonald's does. And I know that it's especially special for you to be here with us tonight. Your son is CJ Cricht, the Lincoln County star. What is that like for you to get to watch your son come out and dominate tonight?
It's awesome. CJ is a special kid, and just not because he's my kid. He's very humble, and he go get it, and very understanding, loving, caring. So I just want him to stay the same way, stay humble, and always put God first. That's what's most.
How hard has he worked to get to this point?
He worked very hard. We started with Pop Warner in Lincoln County when he was 10. So the first game, I was like, I don't know, CJ, maybe football's not for you. Basketball might be your thing. But after that, we had a talk, stay with it, you're going to get better. And he just trained and be motivated and just stayed on the field.
I'm not an expert, but I think football is for CJ. I think it is. I think it's for him. Well, thank you so much for your time, Victoria. We appreciate everything that McDonald's does. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and take a deeper look at Lincoln County. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Week 6 of Game Night Live. We're here at Lincoln County at Larry Campbell Stadium, where the Red Devils are on top of the Silver Bluff Bulldogs 35-0. It's now halftime, and we get to take a really fun look at the culture here at Lincoln County.
Lincoln County, the school is a small community. It's very family oriented, and the students and faculty are very close knit. Everybody knows everybody.
Just being a small school, we have roughly 372 kids, and it's just, you get to know them all. Probably going to know their parents to some degree. Other schools I've been at, the bigger schools, you'll have 400 students in a 9th grade versus 370 in your whole school. It's an amazing place with the kids here. Our students are just amazing. The teachers are amazing, community support.
The teachers are all wonderful, and they really will do anything to help you grow.
I've been very impressed with the work ethic of the students. They are very respectful, they're very polite, and I'm just really blown away with how involved they are in extracurriculars, or even if they're not in a club, they want to show up to the football games, and students seem to be like good friends with each other. And I appreciate that from a teacher's perspective, because we don't have drama, we don't have issues.
Be able to have that one-on-one relationship to a degree with kids and their parents, and being able to just speak truth into their lives, which is extremely important. And our faculty is really almost half my faculty is from here. They grew up here, they graduated from here, and they come back to teach here.
Academics are definitely important, but in addition to academics that Lincoln County offers, we also offer CTAE classes that offer students able to really dive into some interests that they have, and we offer healthcare, construction, welding, agriculture, and business and technology. So it really allows students the opportunity to get involved with something that they're interested in. The students love the pathways that we offer, and the pathways normally consist of 3 classes. So they take an intro class in whatever pathway they're interested in, then they take a second and a third to hone those skills and get more proficient of whatever the trade it is that they want to do.
You can do multiple sports, which helps because I'm also on soccer too. I love the activities because they will work around your schedule.
Our students are multiple sport athletes. Coaches will share those athletes within the same season, which is really unique. The baseball coach wants their students just for baseball. Well, they run track too. Just the cohesiveness with the family and the family feel with all the teachers and parents and the students, and just being able to work those things out is just one reason we're successful. Here you're going to run into them at the grocery store, you're going to run into them at the Mexican restaurant or the pizza place or the diner. You're going to run into them all over the place, and so being able to have those conversations and just about life and knowing that we have the best interest of their children at heart, I think helps a lot, and we get a lot of support from parents in that way too.
My favorite part is, I say, sports and just being here with everybody because it's just a fun vibe and chill vibe.
For those of us just joining us, we are here at Lincoln County where the Red Devils are on top of Silver Bluff 35-0. I got a chance to talk to head coach Lee Homskis as he took his team into the locker room about the offensive performance tonight and how dominant they have been in the first half. He said that he's very pleased, but because they're doing so well, he plans to bring in some of his younger players in the second half. Now, last week, their quarterback, Mekhi Wade, was unavailable to play, and they brought in freshman Drew Huff at quarterback under center. He did exceptionally well. Coach said that he went to him on Thursday, told him he was going to be playing, and told him that he had all the confidence in the world in him, and then he came out and did very well. They got the win. So hopefully we'll be able to see him tonight. Coach said he plans to play a lot of his younger guys. He doesn't have that many younger guys, but the ones that he does have, he wants them to come out and get the experience, and there's no better time than when they're leading 35-0. We look forward to seeing the second half. We'll hear from head coach Matt Hayes on the Silver Bluff side when we return for kickoff of the second half. For now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to week 6 of Game Night Live. A lot of excitement happening here on Bufford Field here at Larry Campbell Stadium. As you can see, the homecoming reception court is happening behind us. All of the girls are getting announced. They're talking about all of their accolades. Earlier on in the evening, they honored their track team who made history. Lots of excitement here happening at Lincoln County, and you can see the stands, you can see all the fans. They're so proud of all of the excitement that happens here at Lincoln County. Guys, we'll send it up to you, and we'll talk through this game.
All right, Kira, thanks. John Hart, Nathan Edwards back up here in the press box here on the visitors' side here at Larry Campbell Stadium. And because we're set up here on the visitors' side, the homecoming court is facing the other way, so we were going to bring you some of the homecoming activities, but really you'd just be staring at the back of everybody's head, kind of like this right here. But anyway, so with that brings us to our scoreboard, and we've talked about some of the big games we have going on here in not only on this side of the Savannah, we're on the Georgia side right now, but some big games on the South Carolina side as well. Let's take a look at that scoreboard.
Yeah, we talked about a great matchup for Westside and Aquinas, and Westside's up 14-7 right now. Lakeside is up 14-0 on the road at Glen Academy.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt, but that will raise some eyebrows, being on the road at Glen Academy. It's a long drive for Lakeside as they try to go 5-0 for the first time in school history.
Absolutely, and that Harlem West Lawrence, I had no score at halftime of that game. Then one that might shock a lot of people in the state, a very emotional last few days at Greenbrier, and they have got the lead at home over a Brunswick team that is very good.
Yeah, of course, Greenbrier had a student yesterday killed in a car accident, Gordon Carmichael, who had played on the JV team last year, was not playing this year. He was nursing an injury, but they canceled all of the athletic activities last night. But you and I, on a serious note, you and I had the chance to fill in for AB on his radio show last night, and we picked this game, and I really thought that the emotion for Greenbrier might be able to carry them through this game against a very, very tough Brunswick team. And you're right. I think that score is probably raising some eyebrows across the state right now.
Yeah, they're riding emotion, but that is a good football team that's getting better every week as well. Strom Thurman's up 6-0 on Emerald. Then we got Barnwell, who we saw last week. Had that tough loss right at the end, but they're bouncing back so far, 14-0 over Swansea. And North Augusta on the road at Gilbert, up 14-7. And Fox Creek all over Josie so far, 40-6.
And pay attention to that Strom Thurman score up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Well, it was in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. So there you go. Nice work in the truck to get it back up there. 6-0. That is a tight ball game. The reason I bring it up is because we will see these same Lincoln County Red Devils 1 week from tonight on Game Night Live. This time it'll be Lincoln County crossing the Savannah River to play at Strom Thurman. Also a first-time matchup. Those two programs have never met before. Strom Thurman ranked number 5 in Class 2A in South Carolina right now. Lincoln County at the moment ranked number 10 in Class A here in Georgia, although that might change. They might move up after this impressive performance here tonight. That's your scoreboard. That's the Kimberly-Clark Halftime Show. Thanks for staying with us. Second half coming up after this. But back here at halftime on a homecoming night at Larry Campbell Stadium, and it has been a happy homecoming for the Red Devils so far, 35-0. And as you might imagine, the halftime stats are heavily weighted in the favor of the Red Devils, Nathan.
Yeah, and if we look kind of at our QBs by the quarter first, Wade was 3 of 4 for 73 yards in that first half. Really efficient. Didn't have to put the ball in the air a whole lot the way Lincoln County was dominating on the ground. Then Williams was 4 of 4 for 19 yards for Silver Bluff. Really doing all he can. He's really taking a beating back there in the backfield. Yep, and then if we take a look more at kind of team stats in that regard, John, we're looking at kind of 263 from Lincoln County to 9 if you factor in all the negative yardage for the snaps and everything for Silver Bluff. So,
and that's really the story. I mean, you know, you have the 3 touchdowns by Kelby Glaze. He is the offensive star so far for Lincoln County. I would say that so far C.J. Crite has been the defensive star for Lincoln County, and the result is 35-0 on the scoreboard. Your QBs by the quarter, by the way, all brought to you as always by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware.
Absolutely, and then individual performances. Glaze was great in that first half. At 78 yards, 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards, all-purpose yards, and then C.J. Crite with a big catch. Not only was he great on defense, but also with the big 2 catches for 48 yards receiving. So he's receiving target also.
All right, take one more timeout. Come back with the second half kickoff after this. $35-0 Lincoln County leads Silver Bluff as we get ready for the start of the second half. Silver Bluff will receive the second half kickoff, and Kira has Bulldogs head coach Matt Hayes. And we apologize. We are having technical difficulties with Kira's microphone, so we will take a look at how we got here in this first half and just complete domination by Lincoln County as we look at your first half highlights.
Yeah, when you have 5 possessions and 5 touchdowns, and some of them in less than a minute.
And things go from bad to worse here for Silver Bluff. And they just never could get recovered after that snap, and it just seemed like everything started to snowball for them. And here, again, Kelby Glaze, the story of the first half for the Lincoln County Red Devils.
Yeah, Silver Bluff has really not even come close to getting into Lincoln County territory tonight.
And this is not a replay, by the way. This happened again to Silver Bluff.
Oh, that was the vicious kind of face mask.
Fortunately, he was okay. And then Wade with a touchdown of his own. And then Norman adds another. And it just kept on going for Lincoln County in the first half and just put the icing on the cake. That was almost an amazing one-handed grab by Norman, but it does end up in points for Lincoln County, and that's just kind of how the first half went for Lincoln County, as C.J. Crite with a great grab. We talked about how he what a great first half he had on defense. He also made it happen on offense. And then Kelby Glaze, 78 yards on the ground in the first half, the 3 scores, and 35-0 is your score, Lincoln County, here at the half. Again, we apologize to Silver Bluff coach Matt Hayes. We had some technical difficulties. We appreciate his time down on the sidelines to talk to Kira. So, you know, look, we heard Lee Homskus right before the half say, hope there's a running clock in the second half. We don't have any official word on that. I guess we'll find out. But he also said, definitely, no matter what happens, Lincoln County's going to play some younger players in this second half.
Absolutely. If you're Silver Bluff, things got away from you in that first half, but you got getting the ball here to start the second half. If I'm the coach, I want to see if my team can win the second half. You're going to be playing against some of the younger players from Lincoln County. See what kind of fight some of your young players have as well, and let's win the second half and carry the momentum into next week.
Yeah, I got a shadow right here, so I've got right there. See, the lighting is much better. All right, so here we go. Second half kickoff, and Silver Bluff, if you remember, won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Bulldogs will have it first here in the second, down 35-0. And like you said, Nathan, if you're Matt Hayes, you're just trying to see what your younger players can do and how they respond to a situation like this, because quite frankly, we don't want to diminish the importance of a game like this, because these are a lot of fun, but it doesn't matter in the region standings. Silver Bluff yet to play a region game. Neither one of these teams have played a region game, and that's when it really gets important.
And part of it, too, is you only get so many games a year. Like, these kids work so hard in the off season and all throughout the spring and the training that, I mean, you want to enjoy all these games. I know this is not what you want score-wise from Silver Bluff, but you still want to go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, we mentioned at the outset, I mean, this is a Silver Bluff team that has played #1 Hampton County, #4 Blackville Hilda, #5 Strom Thurmond, Quad A South Aiken, and then tonight #10 Lincoln County. They're, barring some crazy miracle, going to be 0-5 after this game, but that's a misleading 0-5, and it could be it could be a tough out when they get to their region schedule, which isn't very easy, by the way, either. So here comes Silver Bluff on first down. And on first down, nice tackle made by Christian Elam. Be a pickup of 3.
Yeah, John, I got a lot of respect for a coach that schedules that way. He's trying to get his team better. He's not just trying to pad with some easy wins. He's really trying to do what's best for the kids' development.
And he gave credit to former Silver Bluff coach D'Angelo Bryant, who's now at Gray Collegiate, who is the one who put this schedule together before he departed for Gray Collegiate last December, or actually earlier this year. And he gave him a lot of credit for scheduling such tough opponents that it really, as he said, will help this team figure out what it's made of before they start their region schedule. But I tell you what, I think we're figuring out what Lincoln County is made of.
Yeah, this Lincoln County football team looks good. And they have, we talked about tonight, like so much storied history. And there were a few years that they were down for a little bit, but this Lincoln County's back on the rise.
And, I think this is a score that might raise a few eyebrows. Oh, he took ball on the ground. That was like David Pollock-esque, except it wasn't in the end zone.
You have to see this. He took the handoff from the quarterback. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in football. He took the handoff from the quarterback.
Well, if you're watching back at Television Park, get the Powerade top 5 plays ready.
Unbelievable.
Trying to get a number on it. Was it Charles Jean Charles?
It's like 75.
That would be Charles Jean Charles. What a play by the junior defensive end. Reminiscent of, as I said, David Pollock in the end zone at Williams-Brice Stadium in 2002. The strip sack in the end zone for the touchdown. And the Red Devils on the move yet again. Yeah, that'll definitely be in the top 5 plays of the night over on Football Friday Night. It has a chance to be one of our plays of the night. We'll figure that out. We do have the hit of the game, the Powerade play of the game, and the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game coming up for you at the conclusion of this contest.
Yeah, and as Kira told us, Lincoln County has a new quarterback in there. He's got Drew Huff.
And he's got some experience. This is not the first time, as she said, not the first time he's seen action here this year. He's 6 of 9 for 125 yards passing. He also has a rushing touchdown to his credit. And the freshman getting some playing time here, down, up 35-0. Also in the backfield, you have Cameron Crew, a sophomore. And Huff straight ahead. Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's just short. Fourth and less than a yard.
Probably going to see the same play again, I would imagine.
Well, let's see if Huff just tries to sneak this one across. Actually, he will keep around the right side this time. He'll have the first down. And ball comes out at the end. Lincoln County is going to get out on either way. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Red Devils. With Coach Hayes' interview at halftime, we'll throw it down to Kira here in a moment. She can kind of recap what the coach told her, because we would like to get some sort of an injury update on Garris Chambers, who came off the field, as you remember, in the first half and has not appeared here in the second half. And that was a nice defensive play by Silver Bluff. That's Devontae Parker still hustling, down 35-0.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, even after the down 35-0 and give up a quick turnover, but defense still playing hard.
So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line. And again, as Lee Homskus told us right before the half, the starters enjoying the second half off. This one will be a wide open touchdown, Jacoby Moss.
7-yard run by Jacoby Moss.
So Jacoby Moss makes it 41-0 with his first score of the game. And we'll have we're going for 2 here, it looks like.
No.
Nope, never mind.
Just had a lineman that was a little slow getting on the field.
JK, as the kids say. This will be Nick Giovenjo's 3 of 3 on points after this year. And, well, I just jinxed him. That's my fault, Nick. He's 3 of 4 this year. But the Red Devils are doing just fine, 41-0, 6:31 left in the third quarter. All Lincoln County 41-0 with 6:25 left in the third quarter. And Silver Bluff will receive the kickoff. This is Malik Mazzoni, as a lot of players are getting a lot of playing time here. And again, we had technical difficulties with Silver Bluff's coach's halftime interview. But Kira, you spoke to him. What did he say?
Yeah, the first question that I asked him was, what does he want to tell his team to keep their spirits high in this second half? He said that his team is still hungry. He said that this adversity, he called it adversity, and he said that that's what determines who wants to be out here playing football and who doesn't. So his team is going to continue to come out here and fight no matter what it says up on the scoreboard. As far as Garris Chambers and an injury update, it was a non-contact hit, right leg. It's hurting him. He tweaked it a little bit, so they're going to be keeping him out for the rest of the game. It's something that they're going to look at after the game is over. They'll have updates in the coming weeks, but he is out for the rest of this game, and that's what we talked about just a little bit ago. He said that his team is ready to get out here and play a second half, so we'll see if they can get some points up on the board. For now, we'll send it up to you guys.
All right, Kieran, we appreciate the coach taking the time to speak with us in very difficult circumstances. How about this? You talk about Silver Bluff wanting to play here in the second half. Cameron Frazier, 81 yards for 6.
That was a thing of beauty.
Jordan Williams to Cameron Frazier.
Such a great throw. A lot of times you see a guy open like that and they underthrow him. He threw it right on stride.
And if you're Silver Bluff and you've had the first half that they had, that is exactly what you want. You're looking for momentum going in to next week's game. Because it doesn't get any easier for Silver Bluff. They are home against number 6 Barnwell next week. Trouble on the PAT. Running for his life is Mazzoni, and did he get there? He did. 2-point conversion is good. So signs of life for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Now, pay attention to the bottom of your screen, and you see the clock is still running. So Kira also talked to the officials at halftime, and the deal was that if Silver Bluff scored on its opening possession, we would have a standard clock. They did not. Lincoln County got the turnover. So now we are in a running clock situation. It will not stop. before the end of the game. 41-8, Silver Bluff on the board.
Yeah, great play. You'd love to see that. I know Silver Bluff kids have been fighting hard all night, and they made a huge play there. That's something they'll definitely want to watch on the replay for sure.
You bet. The encore presentation of Game Night Live coming your way Sunday at noon. Good way to get your NFL Sunday started. And so you might think with this kind of a score, the Red Devils will take their foot off the gas, but you got a lot of young players out there that are trying to get the coach's attention, maybe get some more playing time coming up. You bet they're going to be playing hard as we go under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think Silver Bluff's going to be upset with them continuing to run their offense. They just threw a 80-yard bomb and a 2-point conversion, so they're still both out here having fun competing.
Make the most of it. What an impressive performance by Lincoln County tonight. Boy, 34 in that red jersey gives you Herschel Walker vibes. But it's Caleb Walker, a freshman. My God, a freshman, as the late, great Larry Munson might say.
Now you see the Silver Bluff defense fired up here a little bit. That was the play they were lacking in the first half to get any kind of momentum switch.
You know, I said he gave me Herschel Walker vibes, but he's Caleb Walker. Not too far off.
Good last name.
On the keeper, it's Huff. And he's across the 45-yard line. I think third and about 5 as we get close to the end of this third quarter with the running clock.
I love the confidence. Like, my last name's Walker, give me 34.
I like it. Third and 5. And again, the Silver Bluff defense here to play. I'm going to give the tackle to Trey Harris, a senior linebacker. And that'll bring it 4th down. And I believe the first punting situation for Lincoln County tonight. So Silver Bluff can put that one in their hat.
Yep, first drive of the night that did not end in a Lincoln County touchdown.
What will likely be the final snap of this third quarter. Good kick. And we'll have a return. And about a 10-yard return by Cameron Frazier. And that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3, all Lincoln County. But a good third quarter for Silver Bluff, 41-8. First and 10, Silver Bluff down 41-8 as we begin the fourth quarter. And if you're just joining us, well, nice run. Boy, tell you what, Silver Bluff is having themselves a second half here. And I know Lincoln County is playing its 2s and 3s. But if you're Silver Bluff, you're looking for something to build on, and got the score, and now a big first down up to midfield.
Yeah,
but if you're just joining us, we are working with a running clock, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. And it has been an impressive performance by Lincoln County.
You got a face mask here. It's going to be added on to the run.
Yeah, Malik Mazzoni with another nice run. Well, while they sort out the penalty, we teased it earlier. This will give us a chance. No, you're not going to get out of this one, Nathan.
Oh,
this will get us to the Game Night Live
Yard
trivia
face mask
question.
penalty on the defense.
And to your point, face mask on the defense. AB's not here, so we can't stump him tonight. So the Game Night Live trivia question is this. This is an election year, of course. The category is U.S. presidents. The first Lincoln County football team took this field on this spot in 1922. The simple question is, who was president of the United States in 1922 as Williams? Jordan Williams runs right to left and is strung out at the 34-yard line.
Oh, wow. You have to think about that one for a second.
You have, we'll give you about 5 minutes to think about it. We'll answer it at about the 5-minute mark. There are U.S. political experts out there screaming at their televisions.
My former history teachers screaming at their television.
Another nice run.
Man.
Well, he's having himself a heck of a second half.
It's like a different football team all of a sudden.
It really does. And again, Lincoln County playing mostly young guys right now, but Mazzoni, and I apologize if it's Mazzone. Either way, he's having a whale of a second half here for Silver Bluff as we get down to 9:30. Don't forget, coming up at the end of this contest, the hit of the game, the Powerade play of the game. Oh, trouble on the snap.
You've seen that, saw that a lot in the first half, and they got it fixed.
And it looks like the Bulldogs got back on it. Hit of the game, Powerade play of the game, and the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. It's all coming up on the post-game show in 9 minutes and 0 seconds from right now.
We squeeze in the QBs by the quarter, John.
Let's do it, and take your time.
Yeah, so Jordan Williams was 1 of 4. He had that 80-yard beautiful touchdown, though, and then Wade is 3 of 4 for 73 yards for Lincoln County.
Well, we mentioned local living tomorrow is a good way to kick off your Saturday of college football watching. Some good games tomorrow here on WJBF. We have Clemson and North Carolina State, and you and I were on AB's radio show last night. Clemson, 9.5-point pick the last time I looked, and you like the Tigers to cover that, right?
I did like the Tigers to cover that. I think they're a better football team. I think a lot of people wrote them off after week 1, but they're a better football team than that.
Cameron Frazier on the carry. On the road, you know, I think Clemson can cover that. And then in the afternoon we have LSU and UCLA. That's kind of an odd matchup.
Yeah.
That's our 3:30 game here over on WJBF News Channel 6. And then the big one. The big one is Tennessee at Oklahoma.
Yep.
Tennessee favored by 7.
Yep. I feel if they win that game, they're pretty much punched a playoff ticket.
They're trying to punch his way into the end zone is Frazier, but he's not going to get there. You know, I'm going to change my pick. Last night I said I didn't think Tennessee would cover 7 at Oklahoma. I think they do. I think they win that game by 10 minimum.
Did you get some insider information?
No, I just, you know, first thing I thought of when I woke up this morning, which is weird that that's the first thing I would think of when I wake up.
Did you get a text from Switzer last night?
I don't know. That Tennessee team looks scary good.
Yeah. The defensive line is really, really good. Granted, we know in college football anything can happen any week, but.
Well, first and goal for the Bulldogs as they try to continue this impressive second half. And they do. In for 6. And the Bulldogs, after giving up 41, have now scored 14 unanswered. And so and J.J. Brittain, a junior get a chance to kick the extra point. A little TV time for JJ. Nicely done. And it is 41-15. 6:02 left here on Game Night Live. (41-15) Lincoln County over Silver Bluff with just under 6 minutes left to play here at Buddy Bufford Field at Larry Campbell Stadium. And Walker Thornton falls on the football for Lincoln County. The Red Devils will set up here at the 36-yard line.
What did we talk about at the beginning of the second half, John? Win the second half.
That's what Matt Hayes certainly wanted to do.
15-6 is Silver Bluff in the second half.
And you know that's got to make him happy to see his team still fighting after just basically a disaster of a first half for them. Fantastic first half for Lincoln County. And if you just can't get enough of Lincoln County, 1 week from tonight, next week, we will see these same Red Devils as they battle Strom Thurmond. It is another top 10 matchup. Lincoln County ranked number 10 right now in Class A in Georgia, probably about to move up. And there you see the Rebels. They are ranked number 4 in Class 2, or 5, I should say, in Class 2A in South Carolina. We will be in Johnston, Edgefield County next Friday night for a top 10 matchup. And how about this on first down? Lincoln County said, we're not done either. Cameron Crew. I think it was Cutting Crew in the 80s that sang, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. And the 2020s version of Cutting Crew is Cameron cutting his way through the defense into Silver Bluff territory.
And John, we talked about just briefly about that Strom Thurmond team. They've got a late lead trying to hold on in the fourth quarter. One possession game.
Taking on Emerald tonight. That's another matchup. You know, we talked about early on in this broadcast how Silver Bluff and Lincoln County had somehow never met before on the football field. And one of the great websites for high school football is reddevils.us. Our good friend Johnny Walton runs that and just has a wealth of information about Lincoln County football. And one of the stories on there is about how in the 90s, when Lincoln County and Silver Bluff were both winning state championships back and forth, there was talk about these two programs getting together. It never quite came to fruition until tonight. And then next week, the same thing. Lincoln County and Strom Thurmond have never met.
Yeah, and some of it's made possible by shake-up in regions in some of the states, and some are in small regions, and they needed teams to fill, and coaches were willing to schedule the game.
Getting close to 3 minutes. It's Walker to the 40. And a large contingent of this Lincoln County crowd has made its way to the parking lot, which our spotter pointed out, they're not going home. They're going back to the tail. They were tailgating here at Lincoln County, which is fantastic.
Party is just getting started.
The party is just getting started here in Lincolnton, and it will go late into the night. Passed a couple of tailgates on the way in from the parking lot. There are some behind us here in the press box.
That's where you're going to be signing autographs at, right, John, after the game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That should keep me here for about 12 seconds. Walker across the 40. Kira says that's generous. Hey, I am known by literally ones of people here, all right?
Yeah, we did have some really nice South Aiken folks that stopped us after the game last week, and
they did, yes,
talk to us and enjoy watching the broadcast.
Well, don't forget, football Friday night coming your way over to 11:35, WJBF News Channel 6. We'll recap this one for you and have the scores and highlights from all over the area. I think we have 21 games tonight. Gianna Cephalou and Graham Lee, Mike O'Neill. As we're ticking down to 90 seconds now.
It's always amazing how fast these halves go when you get a running clock, John. And before they kind of went to those rules, some of these blowout games had to be miserable in the second half.
Well, you know what it does, and this is great news for our viewers at home. It gives you an extended version of the postgame show. We'll be with you to 10 o'clock, one way or the other. What will we talk about? We don't know. It remains to be seen. One thing we do know, or three things we do know, we'll have the hit of the game, powered play of the game, and the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. And speaking of offense, another good, tough run by Jameet Williams, who has been a bright spot in an otherwise kind of dismal game. Oh, you know what? Our director, Josh, points out another thing. And speaking of Josh, we're going to run down the entire crew, every single person for you in the postgame show. But the most important thing we might do, other than the hardware we're going to hand out, is we are going to answer the trivia question. If you don't remember, who was president when Lincoln County first took the field here in 1922? Williams. That ought to do it.
I'm impressed by the Williams kid. A really tough kid tonight.
Well, the second half belonged to Silver Bluff. They won it 15-6, but it was a done deal long before that. What a performance by Lincoln County in the first of back-to-back weeks here on Game Night Live. The Red Devils a winner, 41-15. So we'll take a break, come back. Post-game show is next, right here on Game Night Live. (41-15) the final score here. Lincoln County a big winner over Silver Bluff in the first ever meeting between these two teams. And Kira Goldstein is down on the field with the victorious head coach of the Red Devils, Lee Hopkins.
Coach, a dominant win, a great start for your team. How pleased are you with what you saw out there offensively?
You're always pleased when you can get a win like we have and get the chance to play a lot of young kids and get them experience too. So it's a positive for us on both sides.
Speaking of those young kids, we saw Drew Huff come in and take over. This is not his first time playing under center, but how pleased are you with what you saw from him and his future here?
Well, I probably should have had Drew in there a little bit in the first half and given him some opportunity with the first string guys because he's a first string caliber kid. You know, it didn't work out that way tonight, but he is our future, and the future's bright with him for sure.
We are with you next week as well when you take on Strom Thurmond. What are you going to take from this game and really harp on for your guys as you go into that matchup next week?
Well, I watched Strom Thurmond play North Augusta last week, and we've got our hands full, and we have to go over there. They have an incredible atmosphere in that stadium, great facility, and those guys have been playing great football for a long, long time, so we'll have our work cut out for us.
Thanks so much for the time, Coach. Congrats on the win. Have a good one. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Kira, and thank you, Coach Hopkins, and congratulations on the big win. We'll let Kira go get set up for our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. Actually, in the meantime, we're going to have a surprise visit by Silver Bluff head coach Matt Hayes, who's got to be impressed with how his team played in that second half, Kira.
Yeah, Coach, we typically don't interview the coach that didn't win afterwards, but your team came out here and looked so different in the second half. You have to be pleased with what you saw and the effort you saw from your team.
Absolutely. We talk about three things that we can control: effort, attitude, and toughness. At halftime, the only adjustment was one formation. We just talked about our mentality, just what Silver Bluff football is all about. Line up, go play football the right way. Really proud of the gals responding to that. Easily could have came out in a different mindset, but mindset-wise, that's what Silver Bluff football should look like.
You told me that the guys who are going to come out here and continue to play strong are the guys who are going to show you that they want to play for Silver Bluff. What did you see from your team out there that you were so pleased with that wasn't there in the first half?
Yeah, we got a good group of guys, but when you're looking at 0-4 and you're down 28-35 at half, it's hard to get off the mat. But we talked to those guys, just challenged those guys. They can control those things that they can control, and they responded well. Really proud of how they responded. Lincoln County's a really good program, really good team. Coach does a great job, and yeah, pleased with the second half. But now the real season starts for us. We got our Barn Week, which is one of our most important weeks of every year, and then it's the real season of region. So things to build upon, but the real season starts next week.
Yeah, you touched on it a little bit. You're taking on Barnwell next week. What are some things that you want to take into that game and hopefully get your first win of the season?
Yeah, Get healthy. Obviously, losing Chambers there before halftime was tough. Get healthy, but we got to focus on us. Right now, we got to find our identity as a team, and moving forward, that's what we're going to identify, guys and schemes that put our guys in best positions to be successful. But Barnwell Week's always special. They're well coached. They got a great coaching staff, great players. Looking forward to the challenge.
Awesome. Thank you for the time, Coach. We really appreciate it. Have a good one. Guys, we're going to send it back up to you. We're going to get set for our offensive and defensive players of the game. So much more down here on the field.
All right, we appreciate the time, Coach, and Kira walks slowly. We have 23 minutes left in this postgame show. So congratulations. I know it wasn't the game that Silver Bluff was looking for, but they did play so well in the second half. But what a completely dominant performance, Nathan, by Lincoln County throughout. Your thoughts on Lincoln County?
Absolutely. They could do no wrong in the first half. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns, made it look easy on every drive, getting huge chunk plays. Wasn't all on the ground. They definitely sprinkled in the pass when they needed to. A couple of really great throws to C.J. Crite. Then definitely a lot of we talked about the different running backs. Mm-hmm. Not only was it Wade at quarterback, but they had 3 running backs, and one of them is going to be down here in a moment with us for a player of the game. But
gee, I wonder which one.
Yeah, I wonder which one. But man, it was a 3-headed monster back there in the tailback, and anybody who plays Lincoln County is going to have a hard time slowing that down.
And this is a Lincoln County team that we mentioned at the outset is, it was throwing the ball 86% of the time. But you're right, they did sprinkle in a little bit of balance tonight, and it worked. Boy, did it work. 41-15, the final score here tonight. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kira is now standing by with our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. Take it away.
Yes, we are going to start with our offensive player of the game, Kelby Glaze. Multiple touchdowns from you. Just an incredible night offensively. What was working so well for your team?
We had a great game plan the whole week, and we just executed the whole week. And we knew we had to do coming out this Friday night.
Coming into this game, you knew that you were going to be taking on Silver Bluff, a team that is big in size. I know they didn't have a win on the board coming into the game, but they're a big team, and they were not a team to be messed with. What did you guys say to each other as you came into this game?
Well, Coach preached every day, maturity and courage, so we just know we had to sit there in our head and use it tonight.
I asked Coach about the mentality on this team. He said that he wants to build character on this team, and he talked about you guys going out and doing community service, cutting grass. What was that like for you to come in and spend the night in the gym with your team and then go cut grass with your coaches and your teammates during the day?
Man, we had to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, went to a paddock camp, then did community service, then go to a 7-on-7. So it's all about maturity and getting our mental right.
You had a lot of young players come in the second half. You had Drew Huff come in at quarterback. What does that mean to you to have those guys, to have such faith in those guys, and to see what the future of Lincoln County is going to look like? Because it's a bright future.
Oh, yeah. They practice with us every day. We hit on each other all week. So, yeah, they ready for a Friday night. Like, they ready right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations. A great performance. We're going to move it on over to C.J. Crite. Could have been an offensive player of the game. Could have been a defensive player of the game. You never know. What was working so well for you out there?
First, I want to shout out to the coaching staff, teammates, and everybody that supported us to get this win. But I like to shout out to Coach Huff for executing the plan for this week, and it worked.
Coach called you a gentle giant. He said that you are a leader on this team, you're a captain on this team, and that people look up to you. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, some people don't get this opportunity like I do, and yeah, it just means a lot.
I got a chance to talk to your mom a little bit about you and just how hard you've worked. She raved about you. She did tell me that in Pop Warner, she said maybe football's not for you. What did you come out here and prove about how football really is for you?
Got in the weight room, start eating more. I need to eat more to gain more weight, but yeah, but it was just a mind thing to get better.
What do you want to take from this game, especially with all those young guys that came in the second half, and take this into next week? We'll be with you at Strom Thurmond. What do you guys want to take away from tonight?
The turnovers, blocking, making tackles, but yeah, just doing the right things and doing the little things.
All right, always work to be done. One last question, what is your favorite part of Friday nights?
Everything. The fans being out with my teammates, everything, just being on the field.
All right, well, congratulations. We got some hardware for both of you guys. We'll be getting those to you. An incredible game, and we can't wait to see you all next week when we go with you to Strom Thurmond. That does it for now on the field. Our offensive and defensive players of the game. Thank you all so much. We're going to send it back up to John and AB, who are very slowly going to close out our broadcast.
Wow. First of all, AB is on a golf trip.
Wow. AB's coming for the post game. You're calling him in. He's flying in by helicopter.
We could use AB right now. AB would have can fill the next 17 minutes. No, a couple things. Thank you, Kira. A couple things about those interviews. First of all, I'm with Kelby Glaze, man. 8 o'clock during summer break, getting up, that's rough.
Oh yeah, I'd have been asleep. Sleep till noon.
That takes some dedication, but you know what? It tells you the dedication these players have and the culture that Lee Homskus is building here at Lincoln County. That those guys are willing to get up and do that. Second of all, C.J. Kreitz said he needs to eat more. His mom is a McDonald's franchisee. She's standing right next to him. Sure, he can get all the double cheeseburgers and Big Macs he wants.
Yeah, we got we got Hercules down there. We need to add a little bit more on, a little more muscle on him.
All right. Well, we're going to take another quick break. 17 minutes left to go in this extended version of the Game Night Live post-game show. After this, 41-15, Lincoln County a big winner over Silver Bluff. We are back as Buddy Bufford Field at Larry Campbell Stadium is clearing out. A very happy trip home for these Lincoln County Red Devil fans. 41-15, the final score. When you have an extended postgame show, you never know who's going to show up. Kira Goldstein has yet another special guest.
Guys, I was down here on the sideline, and I noticed that they were taking pictures, right? This is C.J. Cry. He was our defensive player of the game. And he's taking pictures with his first cousin who was homecoming queen down here. Well, can you tell everyone, what is your name?
My name is Soraya Hogan.
And what is it like for you to be named homecoming queen here at Lincoln County tonight?
It means a lot to me because I really, really wanted this ever since my freshman year.
And then what was the process like as you became homecoming queen? Can you explain how you became the queen?
Really, just campaigned and told people to vote me, and yeah.
Did you have a lot of support? Were your friends and family all out there supporting you?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And then CJ, the talent clearly runs in your family. What is it like for your cousin to win homecoming queen?
I mean, I don't know for real. I mean, I knew she wanted a lot, so yeah, I'm proud of her.
Awesome. Well, a talented family. I saw this happening and I had to share it with y'all. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to you.
All right, Kira, find somebody else. Go looking around. What an Hey, you know what? They're the hardest working folks in the building. What a night for the Cry family.
Absolutely. Can't get any better than that. Homecoming queen and defensive player of the game.
Absolutely. All right, you've had some time to think, Nathan, about the Game Night Live trivia question. If you weren't with us during the second half, the question was, Lincoln County's first team took this field on this spot in 1922. This is an election year, so the category is Presidents of the United States. Who was President of the United States in 1922? Before we get Nathan's pick, because we have time and lots of it, Kira Goldstein is going to weigh in with her guess.
Okay, so I'm going to be really honest. I didn't know, but I guessed, and I told everyone down here on the sideline, I said, okay, I'm going to lock in my guess, and I said William Henry Harrison. I was very far off. I know that I minored in history, but it was far off. What I do know, though, since I looked it up and I knew that I was wrong, is that William Henry Harrison was our shortest president in term. He was only president for 30 some odd days.
Wow.
And this president, that is the correct answer, is also a short-term president. So
now you're giving hints. No hints. No hints.
Wow.
It's like Nathan's gonna know that. Nathan's not gonna know that.
So first of all,
no faith in me.
That's Kira's University of Alabama education that she didn't know the answer. But William Henry Harrison is her final answer. That is incorrect, but she is correct that he was the shortest-termed president because he gave the longest inaugural speech in the history of the country and did not wear a coat and I think caught pneumonia or something like that. And so he was only, like she said, president for about 3 months. But, yes, now it's time for Nathan to weigh in with your guess.
You can give accolades to that. How do you pull a guy that's president for that
short?
That's an impressive pull.
Listen, you come to Game Night Live for the football. You stay for the history lesson. Oh, here we are.
Yeah,
hi. Didn't know we were going to go.
Yeah, so definitely the thought process is, so you definitely – I mean, some of those first presidents are very kind of easy to remember. Some of the late ones are kind of easier to remember. The ones in the middle are so tough. I don't know. I'm going to go with the guess of the man that the dam is built for right outside Las Vegas, Hoover.
Ooh, good call. Really nice call. You are so close, but that is also incorrect. The correct answer is Warren G. Harding. You have no idea. I'm going to step out of this for a second because I don't have anything else to say on camera. We're all running out of things to show you, so we're just going to show you the press box on the other side. So here's how close you were. Warren G. Harding, Kira mentioned, also served a very short term. He died in office in 1923 on a Western trip to San Francisco with Herbert Hoover.
Oh.
Yeah. Who was, I believe, I want to say his Secretary of Commerce. I could be wrong. If any historians are watching now, they would tell me. But guess who preceded Warren G. Harding in office? A little local tie here. Little bonus trivia.
I should know this, and I don't.
Augusta native Woodrow Wilson.
Yep. Downtown, folks.
Yep. There you have it. All
Guys,
right.
the band will play till 10. We asked them.
Great. So the Lincoln County Band is going to play until 10 o'clock. So you know what? We might just duck in and listen to them here in a second. In the meantime, let's run down some scores if you got them, Nathan. You don't get them? You don't got them. Nathan don't got them.
I don't have. All I had was the latest score I did have was the 13-7. Strom Thurmond was trying to hold on in the fourth quarter of that game. But I don't have any latest updates on that score. But I do have the last QBs by the quarter,
Yes,
John.
brought to you as always by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware.
Yep, and Wade finished the night 3 of 4 for 73 yards. Didn't play in that second half. They didn't need him after that point. And then definitely we had Williams that stepped in that second half. Really has a good arm on him. Made that beautiful 80-yard touchdown pass. So he was 1 of 4 with that 80-yard touchdown pass.
Did you ever think we would have a Warren G. Harding, Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, and William Henry Harrison references all in the same Game Night Live?
No.
All right, so while we get ready to show you some of the band, let's hand out a little bit more hardware here. We've got the hit of the game. Let's cue that up, fellas. I couldn't get a number on it, but it was a nice play. All right, and that brings us to our Powerade play of the game. And you could pick from any number of them from the Lincoln County Red Devils in that massive first half that they had. Oh, yeah, yep, the takeaway. And that was Jean Charles, if I remember correctly, with the strip and the takeaway. And like you said, he just grabbed the handoff right out of the quarterback's hand.
Yeah, one of the most amazing plays I've seen in the 13 or 14 years I've been doing high school football games.
Is that Rocky climbing the stairs there? We got a future Red Devil getting his steps in. Yeah, look at him. That's good form. That is great form.
He's like, where's my interview?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Careful what you wish for, kid. All right, once the band gets going again, we'll get them fired away. And without further ado, because we didn't get to hear from him at halftime, this is what you wait for in the postgame, the extended version of the postgame show. Take it away, the Lincoln County Marching Band. And they did a great job. Our director, Josh Recor, replay coordinator, Thaddeus Boreum, graphics, Micah Webb, audio, Jeff Singleton, our field camera operator, Cameron Belcher, camera operators up top, Brianna Butler, Katron Hugie, Rodrigo Burgess. I'll get you the rest of the crew after the Lincoln County Marching Band. have more action on the field.
Another Red Devil running free tonight.
At the 30, and at the 31, to the 34. Kira Goldstein playing prevent defense here.
Oh, you're trying not to get run over by the offense.
Another future Red Devil possibly crossing midfield into Silver Bluff territory. Well done.
Way more than a first down, guys.
Yep, that's about a 40-yard run at this point. Somebody is going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah, she's having the time of her life. I saw her when she first came in tonight. She had the biggest smile on her face.
Why do I feel like we're going to get a lot of requests for the postgame show now from a lot of parents? Oh, my goodness. Well, let me continue telling you about our wonderful crew.
Look at it. She's looking at it. Come on.
LaQuanya Q. Williams working the sidelines for us tonight. Our red cap, Scott Skadden. In the live truck, Philip Scott. Master Control back at Television Park, Jarrett Ledger, and production timer Dominic Grisaffi. Thank you to our crew. We couldn't do it without you. And, of course, Kira, as you see, still working hard on the sidelines. We are at the 10.
Come on.
She's so close.
Come on.
We are at the 5.
Come on.
Touchdown.
She said, I got another 100 yards in me the other way.
You know what? I bet Mom is just fine with that run. All of that energy out. Goodness gracious. 19 months. Wow. That is fantastic.
A lot of fun at that age.
Yeah. Well, yeah, until, once she gets the energy out. Good gracious. All right. Well, what a night we've had here at Larry Campbell Stadium. Listen, you never know what you're going to have when you have a 25-minute postgame show. And it's been a lot of fun. See, AB missed this one. He always misses the most fun ones. And our appreciation to the Lincoln County Band for sticking around to provide some entertainment.
Get Strom.
So next week we have Lincoln County and Strom Thurmond, and again, this is a battle of 2 ranked teams in South Carolina is number 5 Strom Thurmond, and Lincoln County right now number 10 in Georgia. I expect that will not be a running clock in the second half. That's probably pretty obvious.
No, I expect that to be a very tight ball game. A little bit difficult for us because we haven't seen Strom Thurmond this year. We definitely know what we get year in, year out from them. They played that North Augusta team very close. We know all the offensive weapons North Augusta has. So Strom Thurmond has a very good defense, and they're going to look to kind of shut down that Lincoln County offense. Yeah,
that to me is going to be the best matchup to watch next week. We saw what this Lincoln County offense can do, and they just had their way with Silver Bluff in the first half. It'll be a much more difficult task, I think, against Strom Thurmond next week, so that sort of immovable object versus the irresistible force will sort of be the theme, I think, next Friday night. All right, so with that, I think it's time to start winding down. We're going to let the Lincoln County Band play us out. We're going to tell you, don't forget, Football Friday night coming up, 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. And, of course, you can catch the encore presentation of Game Night Live Sunday at noon over on WJBF News Channel 6. And then we will see you 1 week from tonight from Strom Thurmond. For Kira Goldstein on the field, Nathan Edwards up here in the booth, our entire crew here at Larry Campbell Stadium, John Hart saying so long. We'll see you next week from Strom Thurmond.